He changed after sex. You got home feeling good, like really good. The night felt different, intentional, safe. After your nap, you woke up, phone still in your hand, rereading the last message again, looking for something in it that wasn't there yesterday. His status was updated 2 hours ago. He's still posting. He's still looking at your stories, just not reaching out to you. And right on cue, your inner voice shows up. Maybe we move too fast. Maybe he just needs time to process. Maybe I'm reading too much into this. But none of that helps you understand why he changed after you had sex. What I'm going to give you today is the one thing to look at, and it changes everything. I'm Soke. I taught hundreds of women and continue to teach women the same tools I gave my 3 daughters so they could use evidence to rise out of bad situations and build the strength they didn't know they had. Here's what's actually keeping you stuck right now. It's not him. It's not even the silence. It's the story you built around what last night meant. That story tells you the sex meant something. The closeness meant something. That there must be a reason for the change. And that story feels like protection. It feels like hope. But here's the thing. If his behavior changed after sex, that story isn't protecting you. It's keeping you stuck trying to figure it out. Here's what happens when you trust your story instead of his pattern. You see his change, but you keep telling yourself it's not what it looks like. You tell yourself he's just processing. You tell yourself don't rush it. You tell yourself it was real because the night felt real. So you reread the last message again. You wait. You check if he's active. You stay quiet. And I know you've been there because you've probably already checked his profile at least twice since you started watching this video. But that's where the real damage starts. You stop looking at what he's doing now and you start protecting the meaning you gave it after you slept together. I want you to remember this. Write it down if you have to. When his behavior changes and you do nothing, you're saying you're okay with it. That's it. That's the whole thing. You doing nothing isn't because you're weak. You doing nothing isn't because you don't care. You're doing nothing because you're choosing his comfort over your own. I want to tell you about a client I work with. I changed her name and the details to protect her privacy. I'll call her Shania. He texts her good morning every single day for 2 weeks straight. Then one day, nothing. No explanation, no heads up, just gone. At first, she stayed calm. She said he's probably just busy. I don't want to make it a thing. Maybe I just need to relax. But she kept checking her phone. Then she started filling in the blanks for him, making his silence make sense so she could feel okay. When we had our next session, I asked her one question. When did you notice the change? She answered immediately. She knew the exact day. She said it was the day after we had sex. So I said it to her directly. When his behavior changes and you do nothing, you're saying you're okay with it. She nodded her head in agreement. She didn't stop reaching out to him until about 2 months after that session. That's when she had the strength to stop waiting for the old version of him to show back up. She stopped acting like his drop in effort meant nothing. After that, she was at ease, almost immediately. Not because the situation changed, but because she did. You saw what happened to Shania when she stopped waiting for him and decided what was right for her. Now, that same moment is in front of you. I work with women who are done guessing. They look at the behavior, they make a decision, and they stand on it. If you're ready to be that woman, the link is in the description below. Let me show you what using this actually looks like. You wake up, still nothing from him. Then that night, he sends one short message. Just enough to keep the door open. Just enough to keep you interested. Just enough so it's not a full goodbye. Old you reads it and immediately tries to smooth it over. Your thought, okay, so he's still thinking about me. Maybe I was overreacting. He came back to me. But when you use what I just gave you, in that moment, you pause. You notice the change, you accept it. You don't rush back in. You don't pretend the change of behavior didn't happen. And because of that, your next move changes. You stop investing like nothing changed. You stop handing him full access while only getting half effort back. That's the result. You get your control back. When you use this, the desperate little behaviors stop. You stop checking if he's active online. You stop rereading his last message looking for something new in it. You stop trying to sound casual when you're not casual at all. You stop giving him more time just because you've already given him your body. You stop being disappointed in yourself, and something inside of you gets stronger. Will it be uncomfortable? Yeah, probably, but you won't feel defeated. That's the difference. But when you don't use this, that story comes right back. You wait a little longer. You don't make it awkward. You ask yourself, we were so connected that night, why is he acting like this? So the confusion grows. You stare at your phone. You wait for his text to fix your feelings. You stay in something that will never change back. And the longer you stay, the harder it gets to trust your own judgment again. That's the real loss, not just the guy. You losing trust in yourself. He didn't confuse you. He changed after sex. And instead of looking at that change, you went back to what it felt like that night. That's what's keeping you stuck. Because when his behavior changed and you did nothing, you decided that that was enough for you. But that also means something else. You can now decide it's not enough for you. You don't have to wait. You don't have to guess. Look at what he's doing and choose from there. Now that you understand when his behavior changes and you do nothing, you're saying you're okay with it. The next video shows you how to stop being confused after sex. Watch that here. And if you're already past the point of trying to figure him out and you just want clarity for your actual situation, I made a video for that exact feeling. Watch it right here.